Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here to bring in the 5-game NBA main slate on Tuesday. Before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL slates on Draftkings. If you're unable to watch these YouTube videos, I also upload on Apple Podcasts. Link down below. It's called the DKDFS Show. If you have interest in signing up for premium content, I offer that on patreon.com, an esports package which includes Call of Duty and CSGO. We got CSGO slates every single day. We got Call of Duty slates usually 4 times a week. And then I offer an NBA package as well. I do want to thank Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode. If you guys are not familiar with Prize Picks, it's your first time watching these videos. So what happens is they have fantasy projections, fantasy points, scores, and you either take over or unders, and these will move throughout the day. So if you feel like one is either too high or too low, you can jump on that, right? For example, like Randall's only projected for 44 fantasy points. The way he's been playing right now, it feels a little bit low, right? So, and you can mix and match sports. So you can do like a couple NBA with a couple of MLB. They have everything you can think of, like esports, golf, everything. So, and it's a nice change of pace in DraftKings too. I like it because you're not competing against anyone. You're just going against the house. If you guys want to try it out, you can sign up. You just go DKDFS. DKDFS, all one word, link down below. You will get a 100% match up to $100. So basically, you put $100 in, you get a free $100 to play with. And finally, I just want to thank you guys for the continued support. If you do enjoy this content, if you leave a like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I upload videos, live. Again, I will be doing YouTube live stream tomorrow, so make sure to check it out. I'll answer all you guys' questions. And let's aim for 150 likes. Again, every time you guys hit that like button, it helps me out more than you know. So, all right, let's jump into it. Before we talk about players and the prices for this 5-game slate, we can look back lineup here from Monday. So, this is where I'm at right now. Looks like I'm just going to fall short here in tournaments, at least in the higher dollar. So, went with John Morant, Karis LeVert, Jaylen Brown, Josh Jackson, Embiid, Kendrick Nunn, Xavier Tillman, and Precious Achiuwa here. I can get out of the way so you guys can see. But, yeah, I can't. I was like debating. I was like, can I really tilt this? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a day off from tilting because I did. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I got so lucky in best ball last night. I needed like basically 10 points from Anthony Edwards to advance in the fourth quarter, and they brought him back in when they were down by like 30, and he got me there. He advanced me. So it's like, again, I really can't tilt much, so really excited for that. I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. Best ball it is. I got one more week. If I advance this week, then I go to the grand finals. But yeah, so let's go over my lineup. John Morant, again, Karis LeVert, Brown, Jackson, Embiid, Nunn, Tillman, and Achiuwa. So I originally had Westbrook and a value. I had Desmond Bane in there. If you play Desmond Bane tonight, I feel for you. Like, that just sucks so bad. He was starting. There was no Dylan Brooks. He was already playing like 25-ish minutes, and he picks up like 4 fouls in 4 minutes. I was just watching that. I was like, oh, because I know a couple people played Desmond Bane. Feel for you. That is literally the worst. Cannot make that stuff up. 4 fouls from Bane. But yeah, so where you got to tilt just a little. Just a little. The Pacers. They get blown. Are the Spurs just the best team now? Like, they blow out the Suns. I know the Pacers are shorthanded, but like that was only like a 3 or 4 point spread. And yeah, once Sabonis got ruled out, obviously it was a big boost to Brogdon and LeVert. Blowout. Karis LeVert started the game like 0-7. Just cool. And Jaylen Brown. No Kemba Walker. No Marcus Smart. Fantastic matchup. And he busts. He was the chalk, as I thought he should have been, because small forward was really weak. 32 fancy points against the Chicago Bulls with like half the team out. So yeah, rest of my lineup, Josh Jackson was the only piston I used. If you stuck with Stewart, congrats, he went off. The only reason I got off Stewart is because it's just the way roster construction worked, right? Because we had a lot of like cheaper center plays that were in play. And I wanted to get to one of the spend ups, whether it be Embiid or Jokic. I want Embiid. If you want Jokic, I think he's doing a little bit better, obviously, because of overtime. But I wanted to get at least one of those centers in there. And then Kendrick Nunn, I thought was a pretty clear value play. He went off. Xavier Tillman also going off 40 fantasy points. But yeah, where it let me down was LeVert and Brogdon. And if they just have, subpar games, I'm probably having a really, really good night. So it is what it is. Again, where's the I think cash line is like 333. Yeah, I'm not going to cash in this unless this game goes to double overtime. But yeah, so I know a good amount of people have Jokic, so that's why they're still gaining some points too. But yeah, all right. So that's it for the look back, guys. Hope you had a good night. And let's talk about this 5-game slate. I think we only have one game out right now. Yeah, Magic and Hawks is 219.5 over under. The Hawks are 12.5-point favorites. So a little bit of bullet rest here. Let's start off with the Magic and the Hawks. So on the Magic side, Wendell Carter Jr. at 6.6K. I think it's just kind of a fair play in the mid-range. He'll get about 30 minutes. Bo Bamba is back. So yeah, just Carter Jr. is just like, all right. Now, no Michael Carter-Williams. Cole Anthony's at 6K. He started last game. He actually played 34 minutes. So that's good to see. Previous games, he was hovering like the low to mid-20s minutes. Then he comes out and plays 34 minutes. So if we're going to get like 35 minutes from Cole Anthony, then sure, he's in play at this price. Am I convinced he's going to get like 35 again? Not really. Yeah, Chuma Okeke's at 5.5. He played over 30 minutes too. Fair play in the mid-range. Value-wise, there actually is some guys in play here because Terrence Ross is out. So Dwayne Bacon last game played 33 minutes. Went for 34 fantasy points. Not a guy I usually like playing, even though I played him last night. It's just because he's pretty reliant in the scoring. But hey, right, someone's got to score the ball. If no Terrence Ross, right? Terrence Ross is a guy that came off the bench and just shot the ball a ton. I think Bacon actually looks like someone we can go to for value. Gary Harris as well. Like another guy that I'm like, do I like playing Gary Harris? Not really, but he'll probably play 25 to 30 minutes. A little bit, reliant on the scoring. Mo Bamba at 4.6 is an interesting contrarian play. Only played 16 minutes in his first game back, but he's a really good point per minute guy. He went for 27 in that time. So by off chance, maybe Wendell Carter Jr. gets in some foul trouble, you could see a pretty big game from Mo Bamba. But that's it. So for the Magic, again, Carter Jr. is just a fair play. Bamba intrigues me for tournaments. I think Cole Anthony, if he gets 35 minutes again, does seem like a decent option in mid-range. And then value, I think Dwayne Bacon looks like a pretty good play. You can go to Gary Harris, but I think I'd give the edge to Bacon based on the minutes that last game. I'm moving on to the Atlanta Hawks. So what we know here, no Cam Reddish still, no Hunter, no Gallinari. Clint Capella at the top at 9.1K has just been playing out of his mind. Again, that huge game on Sunday was one of the reasons I was able to advance in best ball. So thank you, Clint Capella. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic there. But yeah, he should be able to feast against his front court. I'm not scared of Carter Jr. or Bamba defensively. I don't love the price, but they're taking it easy on Collins' minutes, which is a boost to Capella because he's just going to play about 35 and just a double machine, can block some shots. As long as his game stays competitive, you could still see a pretty big game from Capella. Trae Young at 9K, like the upside in him a good amount. Consistency a little bit up and down, right? I played him there against Milwaukee, 3 of 17. The next game goes for 62 fantasy points. So, yeah, the price, though, does look pretty good at 9K. Like the upside a good amount. Don't know if I can pull the trigger on him in cash games. Bogdan is almost to 8K, which is crazy. But you just got, these minutes. He's playing close to 40 minutes a game and is really being the number 2 on offense behind Trae Young. Now, I don't think I can get to him, but, if you wanted to use him as, a contrarian GPP play, I don't hate it. Because, again, he's playing all the minutes he can handle. Collins, I'm not going to get to. Again, they took it easy on his minutes. He only played 21. I need to see him play more consistent minutes for me to really have interest. All right, Charlotte and New York. So what we're waiting for is Devontae Graham. He is currently questionable. Pretty big news. So Devontae Graham's out. Rozier is going to play about 40 minutes and be the clear number 1 on offense. Absolutely smashed last game at low ownership for me. This is a tougher matchup, but hey, again, Rozier is just a guy that is doing it all. So if there's no Devontae Graham, I think Rozier is a good play at 8K. Miles Bridges at 7.5, it feels a little pricey. I know he's playing big minutes as well, but can I pay 7.5 for Bridges against New York? I would, if I'm going to spend up, I'd rather go to Rozier. Devontae Graham himself, if he plays, probably not going to do it because they just been taking it easy on his minutes. I think he only plays around like 30 minutes. McDaniels feels a little pricey. PJ Washington had a big game last game, but we got to take that with a grain of salt, right? We had Vernon Carey pick up 4 fouls in 4 minutes, so PJ played a lot more. He played 34 minutes. Keep an eye on this. If they start PJ at the 5, then I think he's someone we can get to. It's just chalk PJ Washington never ends well. I don't know if you guys remember that earlier this year. I remember it clearly. He had like 60 fancy points, the night before, and then went out and got like 10 fancy points when he was like 70% owned. So yeah, chalk PJ Washington never ends well. But if he does start, I think he's someone that does look a really solid play at that price. And then the Martin twins, they keep trolling us. Like, they switch it up. Cody Martin has started the last couple of games with no Devontae Graham. 35 and 38 minutes. Assuming Devontae Graham is out and Cody Martin starts again, yeah, I'm fine going there for value. Again, Vernon Carey, just knife to the heart. 4 fouls in 4 minutes. So tilting. But, yeah, that's probably it for me for Charlotte. So let's move on to New York. Julius Randle at 10.1. It feels like a lot, but hey. 40 minutes he's going to play, triple-double upside, good matchup. I'm perfectly fine spending up for Julius Randle. As far as the other Knicks, like RJ and Derrick Rose are kind of just like, nah. Nerlens Noel at 4-5, I think gets around 25 to 30 minutes. A fair value play, right? Probably gets you around 20 to 25 fancy points. I really dislike playing Reggie Bullock with a passion, but he's played 35, 41, and 37 minutes the last 3 games. He's super reliant in the scoring. But hey, you can use him as value because, again, he's going to play all the minutes he can handle. That's all I got for New York. So let's move on to Brooklyn and New Orleans. I think Kyrie Irving with no James Harden and no Kevin Durant is definitely one of the better spin-ups this slate. Good matchup here against the Pelicans. They've been playing a lot faster recently, so I do like Kyrie a lot at that price. And then do want to mention, so again, obviously no more Aldridge, which is sad. Claxton is out too. So like they are a little bit thin at the front line. I'm guessing DeAndre Jordan starts this game. Unless they go like small ball Jeff Green, they seem to like bringing Blake Griffin off the bench. If DeAndre Jordan starts, what do you think minutes? I don't know, 20 to 25? He's below 4K. Like, yeah, he's kind of washed, but he's a guy that can get some rebounds, some putbacks. If he starts, I'm okay using him as a value option. Joe Harris, again, his role doesn't change much. Blake Griffin at 5K off the bench probably gets around 20 to 25 minutes. Playable, but again, he's not going to play massive minutes. Jeff Green, just like, Shamit's had a couple big games recently. Do I trust this? Not really, but he is 4.4K, and there's a lot of, no Kevin Durant, no James Harden. It kind of feels like chasing Shamit, but I think he is playable. Again, shooting guard eligible too. Shooting guard, small forward, usually the 2 weakest positions on DraftKings. And then Bruce Brown's at 4.9. If he starts, I think we get about 30 minutes from him, which would make him a fair play as well. All right, moving on to New Orleans. So Zion Williamson's the guy I'm looking to at 9.7. Again, fantastic matchup against Brooklyn. I love targeting bigs against the Brooklyn Nets team, and like who's going to guard him, right? So Zion should play 35 plus minutes. I think this price tag might scare some people off. I'm fine going to Zion though. Ingram, Lonzo, kind of secondary options for me, and there's really not much else here for the Pelicans. No one really price stands out. So it's kind of Zion, and that's it. Clippers and Trailblazers, it's Paul George and Kawhi, and that's about it for me. With Paul George versus Kawhi, slight edge to Kawhi. I just think he has a little bit of a higher floor to Paul George. And a good matchup if the game stays close. Bull should play about 35 minutes. The rest of the Clippers kind of priced up from when one or both of Paul George and Kawhi are out, so I'm not going to get to anyone else. On the Trailblazers side, no Damian Lillard. I do like CJ at 8.9. I don't know if he's going to be super popular because of the matchup, but hey, he's going to play about 40 minutes. He's going to be the clear number 1 on offense. And we've seen some really, really big games from CJ with Lillard out. So yeah, I have some interest in CJ McCollum. Powell will probably be the number 2, but he's reliant in the scoring, just a fair option. Ennis Kanter with no Yusuf Nurkic, I think is one of the better plays in the mid-range in the slate. Assuming we get like 30, 35 minutes out of Ennis Kanter, yeah, I like him at this price. Now, are we for sure locked in going to get like 30 plus minutes from Kanter? It's not guaranteed. Like, I could see both teams going small, which is I'm just a little bit worried about it. But yeah, as long as he plays over 30 minutes, I think Kanter is a really good play in the mid-range. And then Melo at 4.4, has played 28, 26, 28 minutes last 3 games. I think he's someone we could look to for value for sure, right? They need someone to help CJ with scoring. Of course, I played him low owned here against San Antonio. The next game I hop off, goes for 35 fancy points. Is that not DFS in a nutshell? Yeah, Melo is someone I think we look to for value. Simons has played 30 minutes in back-to-back games. Not a super high usage guy, but like playable. RJ, we'll mention, did start last game. If he starts again, you can use him as a punt play, a guy that can stuff a stat sheet, and he is close to min price. Our final game, Minnesota and Sacramento. So this game looks super appealing. Two teams play fast, two teams that are bad, and two teams that play no defense. So it sets up for a really good game stack, late night hammer here. Karl Anthony Towns at the top at 10-6. Really like him. I think box score watchers will fade, right? 40 fancy points here when he fouled out. 30 fancy points in a blowout. I'm not worried about it. I think we get 35-ish minutes in a close game. This game should stay close. Really like Cat at the top. Edwards, I think, is a fine tournament play. I think we get around 30 to 35 minutes from him. Again, the garbage time got me advancing in best ball, so not complaining about that. Yeah, Edwards, definitely playable for tournaments. D'Lo, again, just all right. Value-wise, like Naz Reid is intriguing at 4-1. I think we get about 15 to 20 minutes from him in a close game. He's been a solid point per minute guy. And then if I had to pick another one, it probably would be McDaniels, who's been starting. Minutes have been trending down him a bit, though. I think we get about 25 minutes from him, but he is priced below 4K. And finally, Sacramento Kings. Once again, it's Fox for me at 9-8. You guys know I love playing De'Aaron Fox. Should play close to 40 minutes. Great matchup. So, yeah, do like Fox even at that price. With Hield, Halliburton, they both lost minutes last game. Probably not going to go there. Barnes is going to play like 35 to 40 minutes, but we know he's kind of just like, he'll have a couple upset games. Normally hovers around, 30 fancy points. Whiteside did start the last game, but only played 19 minutes. Now, thinking about this, who else can the Kings throw on Cat, right? Like, Whiteside might have to play more. Like, do they really want to throw Damian Jones on Cat? I don't think they can go small ball either. So Whiteside might be their best option. We know Whiteside's a great point per minute guy. If he can stay out of foul trouble, I do kind of have some interest in him for tournaments. It's just the minutes not guaranteed for him. And then it was interesting to see the bench got extended last game. DeLon Wright at 4-1. Quietly, 3 of the last 4 games, 23, 28, and 26 minutes. A lot of those in close games, 20, 29, and 28 fantasy points in those, in those games. So, am I convinced we're going to get 25 minutes from DeLon Wright again? No, but it's good that we've seen it in basically 3 of the last 4 games. He's priced at 4-1. He's also got shooting guard eligibility. I do have some interest in DeLon Wright off the bench. Mo Harkless at 3-6. It's just a low usage guy. I think we get somewhere around 25 to 30 minutes from him. You can use him. And then Terrence Davis went for a big game last game. Went for 33 fantasy points. He has that type of upside, but consistency has not been there. Also, minutes have not been there until that last game. So it's like, I don't really know what to make of that. Feels like chasing a little bit, but hey, if he gets big minutes again, he could definitely get there. It's just, the secondary options for the Kings, minutes are not guaranteed. That's all I'm going to say. So that's going to do it for the video today, guys. If you have been enjoying the content so far, I would really appreciate if you leave a like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload videos, when I'm live. Again, we'll be doing a YouTube live stream tomorrow, so make sure to check it out, guys. Thanks again. Have a great night, and I'll see you all tomorrow in the live stream.